Hi, my name is Priyam Kumar. Now I will speak about the 13th movie, which was made on the indigenous people of Canada, how they were treated in the residential schools. Firstly, I will speak about Lina Hurt, who was the indigenous survivor of residential school. So she was in the starting of the movie, what we watched, she was she was transferred to the residential school. She was transferred to the residential school on the first day. The DDT, which is a chemical for the insects, was applied on her for 24 hours. So 24 hours, which was extremely bad. She told us how it was smelling. Initially we watched that they were not allowed to talk with each other in their own language, and they were not allowed to go out of the bed in the night. On the next day, her eyes was swollen, and so her hairs were cut down like same as the animals. In the it also told the story of a Glenn who died in 2014, but his dream was to show his movie to the whole world. How did he survive in these kind of situations? If they don't, as we watched in the movie, if the indigenous people of Canada uh, don't send their children to the residential schools, they were threatened that they were go to the jail. Only English or Spanish were allowed in the residential schools. Indian language was not allowed. They had to walk up at the 6 a.m. in the morning regularly. If they speak their own language, they were bitten with the sticks on their hands. So they considered English as a god language. uh, they had to take bath for 2 days regularly, as they had to take bath for they had to take bath regularly as they were not white enough. So there was also one translator who translated Indian people that if you don't speak the English, then given you would be bitten. So they were not allowed to speak and touch each other. They the things were taught on the school that the God made the world. If you God made the world, you need to pray every day and thank the God about that. So if they don't speak, they have to hold their tongue for half an hour. If they just don't hold their tongue for consistently half an hour, again they have to start the time from the starting. They use So when the girl was holding their tongue, she was just reminding the time when she was at her house, looking at the animals. She just realized as an animal, because animals are not allowed to speak anything, same as the indigenous people. If they spoke their own language, they were bitten. So they once as we watched in the movie, the Glenn, who was a boy over there who wanted to go home, he was brought into the room where there were not any windows. There were two rooms on the basement. The one room he was kept, and he was only given food once a day. But the Mary was good nurse who saved him from that, otherwise he would died there. And he also noticed that there was one there was also one another indigenous cult who was kept in the neighboring room, and she was raped over there by the priest on that time. They also showed them the photo of hell and heaven. They told them, if you don't follow our rules, you will go to the hell. But the girl on that time thought that the hell is more good than that kind of things. So she would prefer to go to the hell. And so these kind of things were shown in the movies. Even the small girl and the boys were raped by the priest in the movie. As we watched the movie, uh, the girl noticed that the boy was just on his knees in the front of the master. So he was raped. The girl was also raped, the boys was also raped on that time. So the Glenn who died in 2014, told her granddaughter that he wanted to show whole the world his story, his legendary story that he faced. As we watched, as we watch at the end of the movie, lot of people died by suicide and lot of people got drug addicted because they could not go out of their mind of out of, they cannot get their mind out of the residential schools. He also wanted to do the suicide, but he watched his children at the end and he just stopped the plan of suicide. So that all the things are in the movie. Thank you.